round two comes to me, and I don't usually get to host this segment. This is our famous Play Shelf Trade segment, where we take three games that are usually related in some way, and we decide which one we want to play right away. That one's got to get played. It's got to get to the table. Which one is going to go on the shelf because you're going to play it a lot. You know you're going to play it a lot. And which one is played out. You're not, that one's going to get traded. I don't need it. It doesn't interest me, what have you. And today, the theme is the span games. So we've got Wingspan and Finspan and Wyrmspan, which you'll see behind Kelly down there. So the span games, which ones would we want to play shelf and trade? You got the classic Wingspan, the original, the OG, about the birds, building your engine up. You've got the next one that came in line, Wyrmspan, about dragons, real dragons. And then you've got Finspan, about actual real fish. So when they all have a little bit of an engine building thing, the same that's done in a similar way. Other than that, they're pretty different games.
And they all have eggs too, right? They all lay
yeah,
eggs.
they're really not as prevalent in Wyrmspan though.
Okay, but there
You
are
know, the whole
eggs.
thing
That's
with
important
eggs.
for later in the show.
Oh, okay. I'll go first since I'm hosting the segment. Anybody have any objections to that? No. Okay.
I do.
So we're gonna go with
Anyone that
my
matters.
play shelf and trade on these. I'm actually gonna play Wingspan, believe it or not, because whenever I play one of these other span games, it makes me want to play Wingspan again because I love Wingspan. It's so awesome. And so, especially with the European expansion, where you add all those different end around goals and things like that that you can have personally on your own board, and just actions that'll happen at the end of the round. It's really cool. I love Wingspan. That is my play. My shelf is going to be the one we just talked about. Finspan, because I think it's going to get the most plays of all of them. For reasons we talked about in the segment about it, I think it's more fan friendly. I think it's going to be easier to get to the table. It's going to be easier to teach new people, and it plays quicker. And so that's going to be a keep. I'm going to keep both of them, but that's going to be my one that's going to definitely get played a lot. I think it has to be on the shelf. It needs to be on people's shelves. Wyrmspan, I thought was a joke when it came out, and so many jokes came out after Wyrmspan. I didn't think any of them were real. And why would it be the one spelt WYRM span be real? And I think they took a wrong turn here, in my opinion, because the people that know what Worm is and Wyrmspan are not the people that are going to be playing these games. And so it's kind of like Dungeons and Dragons span. No, they're not going to do that. They're not going to sit here and play a little engine builder if they're just Dungeons and Dragons fans. And they also went off the rails, in my opinion, with the real dragons. Nobody knows who these dragons are. Nobody cares who these dragons are. And you have no connection to the game with that. But the biggest gripe is it's supposedly the deepest and most strategic of all of them. But we talk about pre-planning, you cannot pre-plan your turn on this game at all. So much can change, especially with 4 or 5 players. You got that little race around the middle on the rondelle thingy, and all that can change. You got your turn planned out. Oh, he beat me to that. No point in getting to that. Oh, he gave me that now because he did that. So now I'm gonna do this. Oh, I got a cave randomly from this dude. Well, now I want to do this cave. Now I got 8 different things I was going to do between last turn and this turn. And now I have to sit here and think about it. And there's 4 people staring at me waiting for me to take my turn. Wyrmspan, no, not a big fan. That's an easy bye-bye, fly away like a little dragon, Wyrmspan. We'll see ya. That's what I got on my play shelf tray, guys.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't think the Wyrmspan theme would sing with you. You don't like fantasy.
No, not at all.
Yeah, but I do agree with you that it's weird that it's like real dragons, because anyone who knows anything about like real dragons knows that there's no collective like agreement on what a dragon does, right? So like a red dragon in this lore might do one thing, and a dragon in D&D might do another thing. So it is kind of a silly thing to be like, this is a definitive way dragons act, and it's like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
Like, you're just making crap up.
Yeah.
See, now they could have made Wyrmspan interesting if they got the IPs for all famous dragons, right?
Yeah.
So you had
That would be
Puff
fun.
the Magic Dragon. You had Pete
that'd
the
be
Dragon.
one.
You could have Smog.
I think they had
There
some
you go.
in there, but not the IP ones. Yeah.
I'm just saying that might be more interesting.
I gotcha. But Kelly, what do you think? I'm really interested to see what Kelly is. Kelly is the huge Stonemeyer and Span fan in this group. So Kelly, what do you got on this play shelf trade?
Span fan.
So, as I sat in my board game lair and thought about this, I actually changed up my list even to surprise myself. I actually will play Finspan because I've been playing the heck out of Finspan. So I think if it's offered, I'll play it. I like, but not at 5. I do not like it at full count. I cannot say that enough. It's just usually too long, but I will give Daniel credit. He said when we played it with him 5, it would go faster. It did. But I also think it was the conversation that helped too. So
We also have to give Andy credit. He was part of that 5. And if it was going to lag on anyone, it was going to be Andy. And it got done pretty quick.
Yep, it did actually.
I think Tyler kept him on track.
Well, and the fact that I had no enthusiasm about the game whatsoever.
That helps.
You're like, what is this fish? Where do I put it?
Just pass your turn, Andy.
I'll
Move
tell
on.
you where to put the fish.
All right. And on my shelf, believe it or not, is Wyrmspan, because I almost actually made it Finspan, but I swapped them because of this. As I started thinking about Wyrmspan, I played this a lot with my husband and he really enjoyed it. But I will never forget how much I was intrigued by the caves being added, you know, because like I mentioned kind of prior, Wingspan get a little stuffy with cards and sometimes resources. So this kind of helped with that you could get more things going. I felt like my engine was going a little quicker, so that was satisfying. I also enjoyed the new addition of coins and how important coins were, giving you extra turns, being able to go down the different areas more than once. You'd have to pay extra coins, but I mean, you could really elongate your game. Some people I played with, I mean, I'd be done when I should have been, but like they had 5 more turns because they were able to get that money engine going. And I always enjoyed that aspect of it because sometimes those games just go too fast. So for that, and I think the art is amazing. I think they're such cute
Art
little
is great.
dragons. And I think if they stuck with real dragons, I mean, shoot, they would have had 10 cards. What fun would that have been? And I mean, you can't diss the Stonemeyer. He knows how to do the research on these things, you know, and he never fails on the art and the interest factor. And his games are just so pretty. So pretty. Every single one, I'm just like, oh, I could just put you on my wall and lay out the
That's
cards.
true.
All
Whether or not
right.
we
All
like
right.
Stonemeyer or
Tell us
not,
your trade because we
it
all
Get
know
us-
what it is
yeah,
now.
move on. Let's go.
Whatever. Okay, so my trade, and I say this with such a heavy heart, because you know, when I did the March bracket, you know, this was my game that won, which is of course Wingspan. I feel like this was just it's always going to be in my heart. This is my first one. I love it, and I will still own all 3 of these no matter what. Trust me. I am a Stonemeyer for life, but it just like I said, out of all the games, especially like with the big box, all the expansions, I feel like this thing's so big now, I can't even pull it off the shelf. So I end up not playing it. So if I could actually
suffers
get
from the
any of the money
big
back
box
I put into
syndrome.
it, yeah, exactly. It totally has that big box syndrome. And I
But I
think I
like big boxes, and I cannot lie.
Thanks, Andy.
You're
yeah,
welcome.
thank you. And so like for that reason, I probably would trade it. And it just makes my heart sad to say it.
I feel sad for you.
Kelly, I gotta say, maybe I'll change my mind because I remember when you talked about Wyrmspan there. That's right. That there's nothing more satisfying than sitting there watching somebody else take 5 turns at the end of the round. And
Well, play better, John. Play better.
Yeah. Learn from the
maybe I'm
best.
playing fine, but I don't want to sit here and watch him take 5 turns.
All right. I'm interested to see which games Andy isn't going to burn or which one he'll burn last. I think that's actually more appropriate.
I know which is his play.
So let me clarify something, guys. It's obvious I'm not a big fan of the Span games. When Wingspan
What?
first came out, it was cute, it felt new, and I liked it. I played it a few times, probably 8 times, and then I was done. It just the replayability is just not there for me, and I feel the same is true with all 3 of these games. And that happens a lot in this industry. You get a really good game, you play it a few times, and then you're like, yeah, but I'm done with it. I had my fun, and now I'm done. And that's kind of how I feel about the Span games. So if you want to know which one I want to put on my shelf, it would probably be Wyrmspan. And that's because I like the dragon theme. I liked it. It did feel a little bit more strategic. It was a little more interesting. The artwork was great. So it was probably Wyrmspan on the shelf. If I'm going to play something again, it'll be Wingspan for nostalgia. And so many noobs like it that it would be a great way to bring them into the gaming hobby. I will keep that around or play it at least again. And then the one that I'm trading away is Finspan. It really just didn't impress me. So it can go swimming with the fishes.
All right.
I got to say
Go
one
ahead, John.
thing, Andy. When you talk about no replayability with Wingspan. If you don't like playing it, that's one thing. But every game is different, and there's like 800 cards that you don't even see half of, or even not even close to half of during a game. And the ones
I-
that most of the ones you do see are using for something else, like you're going to tuck it, or you're going to discard for this, or you're going to whatever. So
I know there's different in-game goals, but the mechanics just feel stale to me after a while. It's just, I don't know. I just felt stale, man.
I know what you're saying. It was like my criticism of Finspan. It's like, it's not that you don't see a bunch of different combos. It's just, it's the same combo. It's just, I'm using the anglerfish instead of the sunfish. I don't know. Like, it's just, it all feels like the same combo.
wow. Okay.
Wow.
Well,
All right. Well, let me.
my
do
favorite
play
combo
shelf
was the
trade.
number 9.
I
But-
don't
Yeah,
know.
Daniel still has to
Anyway.
go, guys.
Yeah. Wait, hold your horses, John. Okay, so I
What?
love that this play shelf trade, I think, might be our most versatile one, or where we all picked significantly different. So we'll have to review the tapes, but I think it's true because I'm going to be different than what Andy and Kelly said. But I already forgot what John said. So my play,
Everybody has.
my play is going to be Wyrmspan because I haven't actually played that one yet. And it was the one I'm actually the most interested in. Unlike John, I'm actually a fantasy buff. Like, I love fantasy. I love dragons. Well, again, the theme of it being like real dragons is kind of weird. And they were trying to put like scientific information in the dragons. I'm like, whatever. It's fun for some people. So I'm not going to like shame it or anything, but it was a weird choice. I still want to play that. Like, I want to play it. I keep hearing that it's better, though. Someone said it's like you can't plan ahead as much, which that does actually bother me a little bit, but I'll only know if I play it. So, but then my trade is going to be Finspan. While I did enjoy it, I don't necessarily need to play it again. Also, I don't know who I would actually play with it because my sister loves Wingspan. It's like one of her favorite games. So we play that all the time. So I'm going to put it on my shelf so that when she comes over, we can play it. Also, when my kids get to the point where they want to play these games, they're going to want to play Wingspan because we have birds. We like birds. Fish are boring. No one likes fish. Fish people are weird. If you're a fish person, you're weird. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No
Way
shame.
to
That's
alienate
not
a
adjusted.
big
Yeah.
chunk of our audience.
I thought you said Troy McClure was dead.
No, what I said was he sleeps with the fishes. You see,
Tony, please, no. I just ate a whole plate of dingamagoo.
But us bird people are completely normal and sane. So,
Oh, yeah.
we have to go with birds to keep on my shelf. So there you go.
So this is just like the cat people, dog people. It's the bird people, the fish people.
Apparently.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
apparently we hate each other. Actually, I don't know. I'm making all of this up, and I still think it's just actually a trope from The Simpsons. Do you guys remember that one? There was a
No.
guy that was obsessed with fish. No, all right. Maybe I'll find a clip for it.
There you go.
You should.
I-
I don't know. Maybe those rumors about his fish fetish weren't true after all.
this changes everything. I'd pay to see him in a movie now.
All right, John.
All right. Well, that was our play shelf trade. Everybody's wrapped up that deal, and nobody agreed with me, so that's not good. So, what is your? I think Daniel was right though. I think we all did have different play shelf trades, which is very rare. So, what about you out there? Which one of these games intrigues you, if any? If you had to choose, which one would you play? Which one would you shelf? Which one would you trade? Would you trade all three, or would you want to keep all three? It's not an option.
Well, if
Sorry.
you love all
But-
of them, you still have to pick one to trade. That's the whole
That's what I'm
point of
saying.
it.
Not an option.
It's the dilemma.
That's right. Let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stick with us as we pause for this station break.
Hey, thanks for watching a clip from Around the Board. It's a show that comes out every other Thursday where we discuss board games and board game topics. We're awarded points, and at the end, whoever wins gets to be on their soapbox and say whatever they want. So if you want to watch the full episode, find the link in the description below. Thanks for watching.